Today we are talking about financial literacy and being financially literate. Being financially literate means you understand financial matters that mostly deal with personal finance. Things such as credit cards, credit card debt, mortgages, and just other things like that. We as a society need to understand that we live in an ever-changing economic world. The interest rates of today may not be the same as they are in 15 years. Prices will always fluctuate as we go on. Let's start with credit cards and how they make you feel like you're in a better financial state than what you actually are. Most credit card companies try to get you when you're as young and naive as possible. So when you first get to college. Once you sign on with a company and begin making purchases, you have to pay them off at the end of each month. Failure to do this results in crazy high interest rates on the portion left unpaid. Many people think they can pay it off later. Well, that usually doesn't happen. Debt snowballs. It snowballs until one day you look at your bill and you realize that you'll never be able to pay it off. There are many people around town that can help you with your problems. These people are called financial advisors. They help you with all sorts of financial things. A man I went to, his name is Jim Weaver. He works for a company called Financial Freedom Partners here in town. And he's a financial advisor. He's the man who helps my mom and dad with retirement and stocks and whatnot, but he also does my mutual funds. He's also the guy I conducted the interview with. He gave me one important tip that he said, if I never remember the conversation again, just always remember every paycheck, put 10% of it away in a savings account. The reason you want to do that is obvious reasons. You have money there. You can use that money for mutual funds, emergency funds, just basically anything, obviously. And that leads me to mutual funds. Mutual funds are basically a pool of companies that are in this one stock, basically, that you continuously put money into, and it continuously puts money into those companies. Just like the stock market, but instead of you putting $100 in one company, you're putting it in $500. So what can you do when you get your first actual job? There are several things you can do. You can spend the paycheck and start doing paycheck to paycheck living. That's what a lot of people in America do. Or, if your paycheck allows it, you can do stocks and bonds. And you can also set up your 401k, which is like a retirement account. It's kind of, you put in money and then your employer matches that money, basically. Some companies do that. You can also set up your emergency fund. An emergency fund is basically 3 to 4 months salary that is, so in case you ever get laid off or something like that happens. I believe the most effective way to teach financial literacy would be to implement a mandatory financial literacy class. This class would be at the high school level. It would teach things such as mortgages, credit card debt, and just basic other things you would do as an adult. Also taking other business classes at school and like life classes, it's also very helpful, and they can also be easy A's.